It's a dry, sunny day at Gleue Farms in eastern Kansas. Rhett Gleue and his father, Doug, are planting soybeans. Doug's father, Elmer, is marveling at how much times have changed in the 6 decades since he first tilled the land.
We start farming with horses, and then tractors come into the picture. I can still remember I went out and cultivated some corn when I was about 15 years old with 2 horses and a 1-row cultivator. I had about a 30-acre field, and that took me a couple of days to get that done. It's mind-boggling. When you went out and picked corn by hand, 100 bushels a day in ear corn, and today, 10, 15, 20,000 bushels a day. That is mind-boggling. That is a change.
In some ways, it's been tough for Elmer Gleue to adjust. He longs for clean seed beds. Somehow they just look better, he says. But he respects the environmental benefits and time savings that come with conservation tillage.
We had a pull-type disc that you hooked behind this John Deere then and worked the ground down, and a harrow. We worked the ground down with a harrow after the disc got done with it. And it had to be pretty smooth them days, because we couldn't plant anything in the rough. It all had to be pretty good shape.
The practice of planting amid old crop residue in order to reduce erosion and lock in moisture was championed by the youngest Gleue, Rhett, despite the doubts of his elders and some of their neighbors. Today the Gleues plant no-till soybeans and strip-till corn.
When you first start out with a no-till system, it's something to get used to, I guess. The neighbors may talk about you and say that'll never work, but in the end results, why, it does work. And that's one thing I guess it took me a while to get used to, is planting in the weeds and trash and so forth.
The benefits of no-till have been dramatic, in one field in particular.
We bought a half section of ground here. This will be the 4th year we farmed it. And it was hay meadow. It had never been farmed, and we went in, sprayed Roundup on it, burned it down, and went in and planted beans. And then, to this day, we have not terraced it. The only tillage work I've ever done on it is shot anhydrous and planted it to corn. And the corn averaged about 180, but there was 200 bushel plus corn in that. It was dry upland, 50-48. It's phenomenal.
Rhett embraces change. His father and grandfather appreciate it. Together, these 3 generations have adopted the latest seeds and traits, precision planting, and auto-steer techniques. As a result, last year they doubled the county yield average in upland corn and cut the best soybeans the elder Gleues had ever seen. Karen Gleue, Doug's wife, manages the family accounts. She appreciates how improved seeds contribute to the farm's bottom line.
Seed technology has definitely changed over the last 40 years. I think that it's a lot better, like the soybeans, for instance, the corn. It's a lot better quality than what it was, to begin with. As far as putting it in the ground, I think it's got more push, that it comes up quicker. You have more vigor and stuff with it. You get more bushels to the acre. And so then, obviously, if you've got more bushels to sell, you're going to be making more money and, having more of a profit.
A more basic change came with corn hybrids that thrive in Kansas dryland. These not only changed how the Gleues farm, they allowed the family to switch what they plant. Elmer used to plant milo because it wouldn't burn up the way old corn varieties did under the late summer sun. But modern corn hybrids changed everything. Rhett has been reading about the development of drought-tolerant corn and says he can't wait to give it a try. It's all part of the spirit of innovation he brings to the farm.
I'm always reading farm magazines, figuring out what's next, and like with the Roundup Ready to Yield beans and the refuge in a bag, drought-tolerant corn, it's all a plus. I just have it made up in my mind, if I'm going to do something, I want to do the very best of it.
Rhett has wanted to be a farmer since he was a boy, and he has no plans to do anything else. Given how far the family farm has come since the 1940s, he can't wait to see what will happen next.
Times have changed considerably, and it's for the better, I think, but it's wild how things have changed. just from my grandpa, his point of view, from all the change he's seen in 60, 70 years of farming, I can't imagine what I'm going to see.